Greetings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
And this week, no sentient beings. Everybody's got to be at least no smarter than a rock.
Eh,
All right, algae. God. Hi, how are you, honey?
so we got Greg Hartwick, at least for now. Unless, unless he left.
Well, we can always take a break. Greg, did you recall Perp saying something about not being here this week?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I'm either. That's so highly unusual.
She was late getting this stream up too. I was up last night looking for it and I didn't see it, so she must have just put it up sometime this morning.
Huh. I wonder if Sloth Girl's okay or something happened there.
Who knows? Well, let's see here. Today we have National Animal Disaster Preparation Day. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's something to think about. I have never, until the last year or so, have ever thought about any of my dogs in terms of, what if we have an emergency and have to bug out, and I think about it in terms of, well, I got to get Cubby on leash so they don't get away in the middle of the storm or something. But then there's all the other tangibles like food and water, medication if they're on it, that kind of stuff.
I have my bird. I have a travel cage for the bird, and he might be a bit fussy trying to get him in there. But I keep his food in a bin, so that's easy enough to transport. Molly has a crate, and of course I have her leash and harness. And I usually during seasons where I might be more expecting like hurricanes and stuff, I'll buy an extra small bag of food that I can bring with me, or just in case the stores are shut down under the
Hmm.
hurricanes, I'll have the extra 2 weeks to work with that way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if in terms of hurricane, you would be preparing to, blow town, right? Or where we have to get safe.
Uh, Usually I just stay home, kind of hunker down, everything. In the center of my house, I have this kind of open area in the hallway, so I can actually open the closet door in the hallway, and that will basically block off the hallway from there. The rest of the house that's
Mhm.
there, I can just kind of barricade that. Then I can close off the other doors, and I'm basically sealed myself in the center of the house. Then if I need to. Usually, I'll pull the bird away from the window and put towels and blankets under the back of the cage, just in case the window blows out. I can get in there real quick and pull him out, and be safe that way. And then that's kind of what I usually do. Though evacuation points are usually the schools around here.
Oh. Like I said, I just woke up a little while ago, so my brain is muddled. What schools? What the hell was it?
The schools are
Yeah, no,
designed.
no, I know. I just
Oh,
vapor
yeah.
brained it.
No, yeah, the schools are designed to be hurricane shelters.
Well, why don't they just build a wall to keep the hurricane out instead of wasting all that money on a school?
Well, they were talking about nuking the hurricane, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's so stupid. You have to use at least 10 to have an effect. Jeez, that
And
is
of
so.
course, of course, there was that one lady who was standing there praying for the hurricane to go away.
Oh, that works. That works every time.
Yeah, I think she was shaking a stick at it too.
Yeah, the only problem is that there were more people praying to have the hurricane show up, so hers didn't work.
Mm.
God runs a tally. Whoever wins wins.
Well, it was all that gay sex in some other state.
Well, yeah, and well done gay sex does help the earth to move, so it's all part of the plan.
Hmm.
God's agenda.
Yes. Let's see, what's the history of this thing? Really, it's only been going on. Oh, Hurricane Katrina in 2005. They only established it in 2010 when they stay. Hmm.
What's 2010?
That's when they established this National Animal Disaster Preparation Day.
Oh, what was it? Oh, jeez. This Christy Gnome. Talk about your disasters. Get the animals away from her.
Oh, she's the one with the you shot her dog. That was.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But as it turns out, it wasn't just the dog.
Oh, there's more to the story, huh?
Yeah, she also killed the family goat. That was the kid's goat. And 3 horses.
Sugar happy much?
And she led them into a pit and shot them, and then led the next one into the pit and shot it. And so the horses got to be entertained watching their partners be shot to death, and being in terror for their turn to come. It's of course that's a presumption of all sorts, but we know that horses and animals have feelings and stuff, and they understand. They're smart enough to understand what's going on.
Well, from what I hear, she also shot her chance at VP in that pit as well.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping she um, guaranteed her place in hell, and never to be hold elected office again anywhere.
Yeah, apparently, there were some Republicans who were, defending her in that, but apparently overall, she's gotten a lot of flack for it on all sides.
Well, I live out here in the rural climes, and I understand why you might have to kill a vicious dog or a dangerous dog. But from all the descriptions I'm hearing, that dog didn't sound to be either. That it was just a young dog that was ill trained to not go after chickens, which is a perfectly 100% natural thing for a dog to do.
Yeah, I don't even let Molly around on the chickens when they're out.
Yeah, yeah.
And she
It's hmm.
and she just has that hunting instinct in her. I mean, I don't know if they did interact. I do kind of doubt that she would actually attack them, but there's still the chance.
Yeah, yeah. I only had one seriously close instance of a dog of mine trying to do that. I took Bosch back to the owners that I got her from, which was a farm 50, 60 miles away. And, it's a farm. They have animals and chickens. And I was stupid, not thinking about it. And I let Bosch out, and she was mostly good staying with me. But then she spots the chickens, and boom, it's all over.
Yeah, that's the reason why I have to keep Molly on a leash. Well, besides the laws, it's but aside from the law, I would still have to keep her on a leash because she's a squirrel. She'll go after it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't really take the risk.
Yeah.
But they're worth the effort. Those dogs.
Mm. And even saying, and you think that the first option with a vicious dog would be, take it to a humane shelter or something. That would be my first option, not shoot the damn thing.
Well,
Maybe maybe some trainers could work with the dog. Maybe some vets can evaluate whether the dog can actually be trained, or some put them in where they could put the dog in a situation and where the aggression isn't as big of a deal.
I would think that at the very least, recognizing in yourself that you don't have what it takes to break this particular dog, and find a pro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The shooting is just insane.
It seems like a very last ditch effort if you can't find anybody. And well, it does not sound like that was the case here.
And I've heard a couple of reports from people who say that when she was telling people about it, she just had no expression. She wasn't, showed no remorse whatsoever in her eyes or movements or anything.
Oh, that's a nice red flag.
Yeah. Oh well. Such is life.
Well, I didn't get much all that much done this week. Between not feeling too good with headache, allergies, he's dealing with the water main busting, which fortunately turned out to not be mine, and this general distraction.
Yeah, I've been pretty much a stump out in the woods lately.
I was gonna get some stuff done yesterday, and then I found out that the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire got released digitally, and I'm like, okay, that that completely sidetracked me.
Oh, like on a stream service?
Yeah, it's out on streaming services and Fandango and all that. You can get it digitally now, so got my hands on that and watched that. I also ordered a pizza last night.
Oh man,
for the
I'm
occasion.
jealous. I haven't had good pizza in goddamn couple of years.
Yeah, not sure I'd call it good pizza. I mean, it was Domino's, but they had the New York style. I tried. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't exactly call it New York style, but
I don't even know what New York style means. You look at it, well, it's a pizza. I mean, I understand pan pizza is different. And what city is that? It has their own pizza style that is denoted by their name. I can't remember, but it's mostly just a thick crust in 13x9 baking pan, some sauce, and then like 5 pounds of mozzarella cheese. And that's it. Nothing else.
basically, basically it's a large hand tossed thin crust pizza, sold in large slices. It's New York style.
Mm. Well, let's see. Well, that rat seemed to be pretty happy to have one, so it must be good. Almost any pizza is good.
Oh.
But I would recommend that nobody ever buy the brand Jack's frozen pizza.
Never had it. Never even heard of it.
It might be regional. That's true. But if you run into it, don't.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Even as a budget question, don't.
Sometimes as a budget question, I'll go down to the 7-Eleven and get one of their frozen pizzas since they'll cook it for me. Let's say it's like cost of your regular $5 pizza you get it at the grocery store, but so you got somebody who will cook it for you, and it tastes just a little bit better than the box it comes in.
We have a regional pizza maker. Tombstone Pizza is from up in this neck of the woods, and it's you find it in various places around the Midwest. I don't know how far beyond that. And it's okay. I mean, it's frozen pizza, but out of the cheap frozen pizzas, I would pick them first. Or that fire hose firefighter, something like that. Oh no, no, that's not it. World War One name, Baron.
Red Baron.
Red Baron. Rare, yeah, Red Baron.
That's the one I like. what I usually do is I'll add a little bit of garlic powder to it, top it over with a little bit more of my own mozzarella and maybe sometimes my own toppings, and then cook it, and you'll get a much better flavor out of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a definite fan of improving, enhancing a pizza. Even if it's a DiGiorno's, which I think is the best frozen pizza on the market.
They're not bad. You'll, yeah, the Red Baron, they started selling them the deep dish ones, like kind of two small ones at the dollar at the Dollar Tree, yeah, for $4, which kind of defeats the purpose of the Dollar Tree, but knocks also almost $1 or off of the cost from what I get at the grocery store for the same thing. So
I miss most of all my pizza from back home. Um, it was just perfect pizza as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, there used to be this place around here called Johnny's. They had the best pizza. Unfortunately, the guy decided to retire.
If you do like pizza, though, go to Milwaukee, because Milwaukee has, of course, like any big city, has many pizzerias. But geez, I have never had a bad pizza in Milwaukee.
Hmm.
Bar pizza or pizza shop pizza. Milwaukee's a real food oriented town,
Mm.
which explains why there's so many fat people there,
Yeah,
self included.
the Red Baron also has these pizza melts, which are basically sandwiches with the pizza filling in it. I like to get the Supremes. They're pretty good.
I've never had those, or calzones or any of that kind of stuff. I've never had any of that. I must admit I really like stone baked, or like a real life pizza oven or pizza grill or whatever they call that out in the
Yeah,
backyard.
pizza oven. That's how Johnny's used to do theirs.
It's really nummy, and it's amazing how fast it cooks and how hot the fucking oven is.
Yeah.
I was asking barman Dan, um, the creator on YouTube, and he built one outside of his bar, and he says it runs at about 1,000 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why the pizza only takes about 2 to 3 minutes to cook.
Stone oven pizzas.
Yeah, and oh man, it looked really good. Num num num. I always like my own pizza recipe. It's very bland and conservative, because I'm not into spicy stuff at all, so it limits me.
Mm. My favorite toppings are pepperoni, mushroom, and cheddar.
Cheddar's an excellent choice. I
Yeah.
love cheddar on a pizza.
The only place that around here that does cheddar or on their pizzas is Domino's. That's how I actually got introduced to it.
Mm. Um, just keep a bag of shredded in the freezer.
I do.
And
Yeah, I use a lot of extra sharp cheddar, so I usually buy that stuff almost in bulk when it's on sale.
I usually like to do the pizza and then cover it with cheddar after it comes out. It stays hot enough for a few minutes to easily melt the shit.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I just like it that way. No
Yeah.
particular reason, I guess.
I like to put it on before I put it in the oven.
But then I'm from Wisconsin. I can buy a bag of shredded cheddar cheese and eat the whole damn thing in one sitting if I want. If I feel the urge to. Oh God, I love cheddar cheese. Colby, I'm not as excited about. That's all right. Pesto, onion, basil, and salami is an interesting pizza.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be an interesting.
I might try that on a
No,
white.
nerdy, no.
I might try Caesar's pizza and with a white sauce pizza.
Isn't what is pesto's definition? I mean, I've had it. It seems to be basically like liquefied green stuff, basil and parsley and other things like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Little garlics and.
I've only had white pizzas a couple of times. They were interesting. I wouldn't order one, but they don't taste bad or anything. I wouldn't put them down.
I like to get them because they tend to reheat better than the traditional pizzas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How so?
they retain their flavor or better.
Mm.
And so if you get like a couple of large pizzas and you're eating it for a few days, by day 3 or 4, or they still have a really good flavor to them, whereas the regular pizzas will start losing their flavor.
Skitsy.
Hello, Skits.
My favorite pizza of all time. Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. That's my favorite version of pizza. As a cohabitation my apartment would be breakfast pizza. I love breakfast pizza, but I hate how the industry decided that breakfast pizza meant bacon and eggs on a pizza.
I don't like that. I've
Yeah,
tried
no,
it before.
yeah, I can stomach it down. It's okay, but that's not breakfast pizza. Breakfast pizza is when you're up late and you're smoking dope and you
Yeah.
pass out before you finish the pizza delivery that came. And so you throw
Yeah.
it in the fridge and it hardens up overnight. And then in the morning, man, that shit's good.
Then you just eat the thing for yeah. Cool.
Oh.
That's breakfast pizza. Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's something about it being in the fridge and getting cold pizza. I would never imagine I would want that, but I do.
Well,
I,
after a few joints.
I have ordered pizzas and purposely just not eat in them, put them in the fridge and save them for the next day. Netherlands Dutch pizza, huh? What is Netherlands pizza? I wish
Don't
NJ
know.
was here.
Yeah, I got introduced to more of the white sauce pizzas because I have a friend who couldn't stomach the red sauce. Made them sick to their stomach to eat it, so they got the white sauce ones.
Yeah, I think they're a good substitute. I hadn't heard of the concept even until I actually was at a place where it was served. I know it just was very curious. I don't like the chicken though on it. I would rather have it all vegetarian. Um, I just don't like the taste of chicken on a pizza.
Never really got chicken on pizza. Usually get like some pepperoni, salami. It's usually what I'd go with a white sauce pizza.
Now, on a white sauce, I'd put quartered Brussels sprouts. Just little chop them into quarters and toss them on there. Like, I'm serious. I would try that.
I had white. There was a white sauce pizza that I got from. It was a frozen pizza, and they had it was a broccoli and mushroom on it. It was actually really good.
Oh yeah, I bet you that would be. What is the basis of the white sauce in white pizza?
I'm not sure. This is.
I thought about buying a jar of that store bought Alfredo sauce and trying it with that.
Yeah, I think it's basically Alfredo sauce.
I love. Oh God! See now I want um, Alfredo pasta Alfredo or whatever the fuck you call it. Num.
Creamy pizza sauce is made with sharp Parmesan cheese, rich chef half and half. Yeah, basically it's a Alfredo sauce.
Hmm. Well, maybe I should keep a jar of it around. Of course, that's the one thing I hate about those jars is once you open them, that's it. You got to do something with it. I wish they sold it in pouches so you could like freeze them. Because I
I think
can't use a whole jar of that shit at one sitting. No way.
I think I've seen it in pouches.
Well, I'll keep my eyes open. I think that'd be a good idea.
We'll see. I'll have to do some looking around, see if I can get you some brands that sell them like that.
What is your favorite comfort food?
Comfort food. I guess pizza actually.
Let's define comfort food. I think comfort food, is of something that's hot, starchy, um, um, sauce, some kind of saucy stuff, and savory. I don't see anything sweet as being that in that class. So the casseroles are definitely comfort food, and nice hot cinnamon buns or something like that are good comfort foods for me.
Yeah,
My favorite is tuna casserole, but
I usually consider it any food that invokes some kind of nostalgic sentiment to it.
well, I've had really close relationships with ice cream before. Does that count?
Yeah, that could count then.
Depends on how you make it, and depends on who's watching. Um,
Two girls, one cup.
oh God, that's such a great line because people just don't get it if they haven't. If they're not weird people like us, they just don't get it. But all the people who do can. I can't believe you said that. They're straight. They don't know.
Well, from my understanding, it wasn't actually poop in the cup. It was just something that made it look like it.
Well, yeah. Creators cheat the camera all the time. It's like Alfred Hitchcock was a good camera cheater. You've seen the film Psycho?
Yeah, I've seen Psycho.
You remember the shower scene
Yeah.
and the eat 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 eat, and that's happening. The blood is swirling down the bathtub drain. The bathtub that wasn't blood, that was chocolate syrup
Mm.
because it just held up better.
Yeah, it showed up better on the camera with the black and white.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I ran it. See the stream of consciousness is so weird. Talking about the movie and the star was Janet Leigh, or at least for a while till she got murdered. And of course, her mother is Jamie Lee Curtis, or her child, her daughter is Jamie Lee Curtis, and so I saw this tape and Jamie Lee Curtis was on, but I watched it because it was Helen Reddy. Remember the I Am Woman singer? Not know that song?
Not sure.
Yeah, you're probably just not old enough. It became a kind of a feminist anthem back in its day. The 70s kind of time, 80s. It was a real powerful song, and I haven't heard it for a long time, for no particular reason. But I had no idea what was going on with her. Apparently, she has developed dementia.
Oh.
And she's somewhere around my age. I don't know how old. But Jamie Lee Curtis was there as her support person, and it was at some kind of political rally, and she sang the song, and as beat to hell as her brain is, she's saying it very well. You could tell that some of the words were escaping her. And Jamie Lee Curtis would like kind of pitch in, to help that. And it was just very emotional watching it.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's so sad when your big celebrity fans fall apart, like Bruce Willis.
Yeah. That was one of the reasons why Robin Williams decided to off himself, because he was starting to lose his mind.
Mm-hmm. Which I understand, but I also, geez, couldn't you waited a little longer, or at least told us this was going to happen at some point? Which I know is kind of selfish, but
Well, from my understanding, he at least got all of his affairs in order beforehand. So
yeah,
he planned it out pretty well, apparently.
No, I cannot sing, Mark, in any voice. It's just 50 Shades of bad. You don't want to hear it. If you ever saw the tape of Roseanne Barr singing the national anthem, I kind of sing like that, not intentionally. It's just all I could do. So we don't do that in public, ever.
Yeah. Guess I'm liking this whole thing with the trans Hydra.
Yeah, what's the story behind that? It was some anti-trans thing or something.
Yeah, they had the anti-trans thing, and apparently a bunch of people like, that looks so awesome. We're taking it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've got that copy that you posted up there. I snatched it, but I'm going, well, what? If I use this, aren't people going to think I'm a turf or something?
No, it's being adopted. Let's see, where did...
More stream of consciousness. I had, and I don't want to get into this very heavy, but I had a therapist appointment yesterday, and it was just very, 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 very difficult. Talking about some of the social issues surrounding trans and things, and it was just very, very difficult. Took me the rest of the day to recover.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Mark. I missed some of the chat. You can eat ice cream? You're kidding. I thought it was just for, cavity filler and stuff. And we're not talking oral cavities.
Well, after I had my wisdom teeth removed, that was about the only thing I could eat.
Oh, God, I hated getting it done. They did 2 at a time.
They did all 4 of them at once with me.
I think they probably did 2 at a time because I'm such a intense baby when it comes to dental.
Yeah, they knocked me out, and I requested to be knocked out for it, and I'm glad too, because when we went to the follow-up, the surgeon who did it was saying, yeah, you're the hardest case we had of this type.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that I've never been out for a dental work. I didn't even know it was possible until a few years ago.
Yeah. Apparently, one of them, the way it was coming in and at the angle, they actually had to break it apart and pull out in pieces.
Oh, lovely. That's what a dental paranoid wants to hear.
This is what they told me after they had done it.
I am seriously considering having my front teeth yanked and get implants to replace. I've always had very, very crooked teeth, and it was one of those lovely things that parents pissed me off about. My brother had crooked teeth, my little brother had crooked teeth, and they both got braces or whatever they needed dental wise to make them look good. And my parents just said, "Nah, you don't need that." Wait a minute. Will you look at these teeth? and and then so I just was never able to get them straightened. And then, as an adult, in the years that I became an adult, it was just not something that adults did. If you didn't have braces as a kid, you didn't get them as an adult. It was just not done. Nowadays that's different, but back then it wasn't. So I've gone through life with these crooked teeth, and it would just be nice to have straight teeth once. But I also don't think I could ever afford it.
Yeah, I got a few teeth that are a little off kilter, but that was because of the wisdom teeth coming in. It was starting to press everything together.
Uh, that's another thing about dental is the mouth and how weird it is. I had my wisdom teeth. They had come up. They broke the surface. They weren't fully in yet. Um, um, so they had them pulled, and over a span of a couple of years, the gap that they left disappeared. It's like all the teeth moved backwards a little bit. Um, how does it do that seamlessly?
Yeah.
So my last molar is where the wisdom teeth used to be. It's very strange. Yeah, we have that. We have those things here too, Mark. Um, it is interesting. I saw an online story about a guy who had his own 3D printer, and he made his own impressions and designed his Invisalign type braces, on his own castings and stuff like that, and made his own set of them, and they worked. He showed time exposures types or overlapping, whatever, I forget what you call that shit. Time lapse, I guess. Um, it actually worked. Yeah, so I could try those. No, I'd rather get implants. Hey, Demon, how are you? You're looking fairly red today. Good, healthy color. Okay, somebody explain to Grandma here, what do the two fingers raised up like that mean?
What the
Look down at Demon arm.
that rock on symbol thing?
Is that what
Or
it's?
devil horns or
Yeah, I just never knew. I thought it was a gang symbol.
known as the corna, Italian for horn.
Well, just if you're a demon orb, why would you have horns? You're an orb. Wouldn't that like destroy your orb status? Then you'd be just a spiky ball.
Apparently, it was used to be used as a means of protection against the evil eye.
Oh, okay. Whatever the evil eye is.
Being able to curse somebody with a malevolent glare.
Okay, I can dig that. I've done that. Die, prick, die. So I hear that they had a lot of fun in the trial with Stormy Daniels yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't heard about what's going on with the trial.
Well, apparently, she was the witness, and the defense started to ask her questions. It sounded like they were trying to, break her story that it's not true. She
Yeah, that
can't.
makes sense.
This never really happened and all that kind of stuff. And of course, since it did, she was able to recall everything in great detail, more than the judge ever really wanted to hear. Like a TMI experience. And I guess Donnie was not happy about the whole thing, and the judge had to admonish him to shut the fuck up. We can hear you swearing under your breath. Knock it off.
I don't know if it's with this case or another case, but apparently he's been found in contempt of court 10 times now.
Yeah, that's this case.
Oh, okay, so that's the case.
Yeah, there's some that think that his little contemplative behavior with the swearing should get him a ride in prison.
And apparently they're saying one more time and we're gonna have to put you in jail.
God, that would be so wonderful.
I mean, they're giving him every chance in the world here not to go to jail, but
well, I guess he's got a boyfriend in there, or yeah, it's farts. Except Mark, I hear it's not just farts. It's he's filling his diaper, and now the MAGAs too try to own the argument, own the embarrassment, or whatever. Are starting to make flags and banners of, to glorify his use of diapers. They're going to rallies wearing diapers and things, and it's like, man, you people are just so fucking out of your minds.
So, will they be wearing diapers on the inside of their pants or on the outside?
Well, for the rallies, they're wearing them on the outside.
On the outside. Okay. Well, then I recommend that they also get some pacifiers and hand them around.
Yeah, I think we should start a campaign. Only men, real men, wear diapers on the inside of their pants, or wear diapers with no pants, and let's see if we can't goad them into that. That would be fun to watch. Should become the official uniform of the Proud Boys. Just a tank top, an American flag tank top, and diapers. That's what they should do. Mark, if there's anybody other than Donnie, they'd been in prison a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it's his former presidential status that's just keeping him out of jail at this point.
Well, and I also think that the judge, certainly doesn't live in a vacuum and understands that there's some insane fucking people following him.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably a factor as well.
It really bothers me that these fuckers keep talking about how the civil war is going to start if Trump loses, because I believe them when they say that, because they're that sick of people.
I'm a little worried that might be inevitable at this point, no matter what goes down. Yeah. MAGA diapers.
Mega size. Small, medium, large, mega. For holding lots of shit. Oh, God.
Nope, they don't sell MAGA diapers on Amazon. They should.
Oh, give it a little time. Somebody will recognize the marketability. Maybe we should go on and buy a few gross of diapers and start printing Donnie's face on them and on the butt, mega diaper. The biggest, strongest, toughest diaper on the planet.
Can hold up to 200 pounds of shit.
Or 300 in his case.
Mm.
Or what did he say? 215-pound guy? Is that what he said on that physical that he had?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
It was something outrageously small.
Yeah.
Everybody laugh. And then showing like NFL players in their birthday suits who are his height and his supposed weight, and looking and going, no, somebody here, somebody in this picture is lying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always uncomfortable fat shaming Donnie or shit shaming nowadays too. Because I'm myself not a particularly thin person, and so it feels very hypocritical and mean for me to attack him for being fat. Although I rationalize it by saying, well, look how much horrible things he's done to other people. He deserves it. And same thing with the Depends. I don't wear Depends, but that's in my future. Like,
well, that could be on anyone's future.
yeah. But I've never done anything as bad as him, so.
Then most people aren't going to have the mentality of a infant either. So. Well, anyway, the story I came across. Let's see here. This one here. Keep in mind when they're saying males, they mean trans women.
I don't know. You'd have to read me the
Males who feel safer with females allow to bunk with minor girl at Portland area outdoor school. Parents in Portland in suburb before this grove are outraged and stressed learning that a local outdoor school has been permitting males to bunk with their young daughters. There's an overnight cabins based on self-declared gender identity. In a screenshot posted by one parent who uses the X handle while you're silent. The rules for the Oregon outdoor school state that the high school aged male counselor is use the user who the user say may be between 15 and 18, and were allowed to sleep in overnight cabins with much younger girls. The cabin in for the program are divided into female plus, male plus, and gender inclusive. According to the description for the female cabin, And the bunk is for female students, regardless of sex assigned at birth, non-binary students who feel safe in the space, and transgender or asterisks students who feel safe for in the space. They post this thing here. We'll go over that in a minute. To prepare your parents for the children leaving for a week after school, the Hillsborough School District sent out a PDF to parents detailing what the week at outdoor school would look like for their children, but the PDF made no mention of the possibility of the minor girls may be sharing in cabins with opposite sex camp counselors or other campers. There's the camp counselor who sleep in the cabin and to supervise the sixth graders are recruited from local high schools, and until recently they were split up among the cabin into accordance with their biological sex. While the schools have remained quiet on the cabin arrangements, the Northwest Regional Outdoor School website states that this is a possibility of mixed gender cabins if someone identifies with the gender other than in what they were born with. If they also devote an entire page of their website to discuss gender inclusive practices, is the outdoor schools, which are operated separately from public school entities. These are open about their desire to house transgender teens in whatever cabin they feel most comfortable. Well, meaning a 16-year-old biological male could be in a cabin with 11-year-old girls. Alternatively, an 11-year-old girl who self-identifies as a boy who would be housed with biological boys of her age. The website of Northwest Regional Outdoor Schools specifically notes out that once the children arrive in camp, they are not typically allowed to change cabin placement, but they make a special exception for gender identity.
I don't know.
Going on to the thing that they were posting here, you have camp preferences. And select which gender sixth grade cabin you're most comfortable sleeping in, and you will lead those students in activities throughout your week. Female plus cabins are for female students, regardless of sex assigned at birth, non-binary students who feel safe in the space, and transgender students who feel safe in the space. Male plus cabins are for male students, regardless of, it basically says the same thing. Gender inclusive cabins are for any all students who feel comfortable in the space. These include allies of transgender students. Transgender describe people whose gender identity is different from their gender assigned at birth. Now, this does make it sound kind of bad, doesn't it, with the way they're describing it in the news article, don't it?
Yeah, who is the source of that?
That was the Publica. I'm not really sure what side they lean on or anything. I'm not familiar with this particular news outlet.
Yeah, I'm not either. Geez, to help with a little bit of a feature here, we got some really great photographs to share with the audience today.
Oh, hold on, we got a little bit more for this story.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was done.
Nope, we're not done here. Here we have the Northwest Regional Educational Service District. So this is basically their FAQ on the whole thing. And where my child? Let's see here. Which really pay our safety measures for our outdoor school. Start with my child is in that school. It's in how many inches at the time. This was one. Right, so we have the students will go through basically background checks. So every staff member is fingerprinted. That's so the high school students who volunteer get fingerprinted, and along with the adult counselors who supervise them. And six, misconduct verification system. Every staff member is considered a mandatory reporter, so they're watching each other. Abuse, sexual conduct, and inappropriate conduct, suicide prevention, and cultural sensitivity in the workplace, preventing bias, privacy and gender, your on-site staff. All staff student leaders adhere to the rule of three, where it means that no student is ever alone with the staff member or student leader. So there's always at least, all cabins have designated private changing areas, so everybody changes in their own little private space. It's also have private bathroom stalls, so everybody has their own private stall that they use. Also, it's have private shower stalls, so they bathe in their own private space. There are they are designated gender neutral bathrooms at every site for students on staff to use. So if they're not at the cabin, they have that option. Private privacy expectations are set for all students. Cabins are considered semi-private spaces that are for the students and staff who reside there. And students are not permitted inside cabins. They are not their own. Who just came in here? Oh, Commander. Hello. Let me just finish reading this off. All student beds are single occupancy. Only the assigned student is allowed to be on that bed. So sounds like they have basically their own private sleeping space too.
Yeah. What I missed or faded out of my brain. What location is this? What group is doing this?
This is a Northwest Regional Educational Service District website, and that's basically it's an outdoor school. It's kind of like a summer camp kind of thing, but it's like school.
Uh-huh. And Northwest means the northwest corner of the country or of a state?
The region. Northwest.
Okay. All right. Well, people use that to talk about their state too.
It might be talking about the state. But all students in beds are students must obtain consent prior to giving hugs, high fives, or other forms of touch. Okay. Student leaders are trained to alert staff in any situations where students are not meeting behavioral expectations. And Northwest Outdoor Science School will staff are consistently in the cabin area to monitor and ensure that all students and student leaders are safe. So they're not just leaving these high schoolers alone with the middle schoolers.
Is this a deconversion camp of some sort, or
no? It's an educational little camp.
like
basically,
like a French immersion school or something along those lines?
It's basically, like I say, it's like an outdoor summer camp, but they're learning science and doing educational schooling like you would go to regular school. But it's more hands-on.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting concept. Student leaders receive a full day of on-site training to review our expectations, protocols, and who to contact in a variety of situations. They have the medical care stuff here. So that's, but basically their policy with dealing. So they're complaining about these students being in these cabins with non-female staff or other students, but they all basically have their own space for sleeping and showering and changing, that's completely private.
Educational Service District. I'm going to have to follow up and read about that. In Oregon. In Oregon. So that means Northwest region of Oregon. Okay.
And here's what I was able to find on their Facebook page. So they have the student training, and it looks like they have several different camps: Cedar Park, Hillsborough, Liberty, and
Okay, see,
Tualatin.
all right, that gives it away right there. This is not a liberal undertaking. Liberals don't call their stuff liberty this or liberty that. This is a
No,
deprogramming situation.
no, Liberty. That's the location.
That's a town, right?
Yeah.
Northwest Outdoor School.
No, this is not a deconversion place. But parents were complaining because they had, trans people going into the.
Liberty High School, Mountain View, middle school, I guess that would be then.
Yeah, this is for middle schoolers. And then they recruit the student leaders. Who's are high schoolers.
Northwest Outdoor School. I want to quick jump on Twitter and see if I can track that down. RTNWEST. Northwest what? I'm sorry.
Northwest Outdoor School.
Outdoor School. Well, there's nothing by that tag in the in Twitter. Yeah, there's Northwest Outdoor Center, but Avatar doesn't look related at all.
Yeah, I noticed that was a different thing. I came across that too as when I was trying to look into this.
Interesting. I will keep that in mind. Hi, Commander. Are you still here?
Yeah.
But apparently, the one that they were complaining about was the Hillsborough one that we see here.
It's such a delicate situation when you talk about trans kids in school. I understand why parents would be freaked out by that. Based on Americans being so afraid of sex and so ignorant and unwilling to learn. They have concern for their kids being assaulted, and the insane ones have the fears of their children being converted to gay or something like that. Which of course we all know you can't do that. It doesn't happen. But I don't know. I guess the best thing you can do is just what they've done here, or describe of having everything to be very private that way.
Oh, here's something. Let's see here. Got overview of gender inclusive practices on their website, or Northwest Outdoor Science School. Our mission is to provide an equitable and inclusive place-based education program to students across Oregon, and we believe to ensure the safety of our gender expensive and LGBTQIA plus students and staff is integral to living up to our committed commitment into justice, equity, diversity, inclusion. And the following FAQ were developed out of our 6-month and collaboration participation. I forget it, with camp regiment into Northwest Regional Education Services District leadership, to in alignment with Oregon Department of Education guide and documented on reporting in gender expense of students. So apparently they go over all of this on their website, which makes me wonder, with the parents getting outraged, did they not look over the website before they sent their students here?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, there's two possibilities, right? Either they didn't look at it and now they're upset, or they did and they purposely sent their kids there so then they would have something to bitch about.
That I don't know. I can't imagine a parent doing that to their kid if they think it's such a horrible thing.
I could imagine it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine it too. You're right. These fucking extremists are just insane. I just wish that everybody, I don't care if you're an ally or not, would educate themselves well enough to realize that none of this was an issue ever for the last 100-some years, until the Republicans decided they needed a new target. And that all the information, misinformation, all the bullshit is coming from one source that filters out into the echo chambers. And that's the only place that these people go for information, is they stop right there, which of course the people who planned all of this know. Because people would realize that it's like, well, then why are we bitching about something that's been going on all this time and been non-problematic? You know,
You know, in South Florida, they decided, the school board decided that shortly after I left school, graduated, they decided that they were going to create a school specifically for LGBTQ plus, I don't know if that was the right wording back then, students, and there was bitching from both sides, where the people who hated them were bitching, why are you creating a special school to get them away from the problems? And then you had people in the LGBTQ community who were like, why are you segregating the students? So there was bitching from both sides.
well, I understand the segregation part. I mean, that is purely segregation if you do that. There's no way you can argue against it. But the first statement you made is what's insane. You know, look, you people bitch and bitch and bitch about these people being around your kids. Fine, let's move them somewhere else, and now you're upset at that. Fuck you. You know, just fuck you.
Sounds like this school took all the appropriate precautions to have this kind of space available.
Mm-hmm.
And there were these issues like in the 1990s where we had students who were born men who dressed like women, and I think Sal was taking hormones at the time, and yeah, that existed back then, and there wasn't the intensity of the bitching.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's like we absolutely know that in all these states that are passing all these horrible laws, you know, it always seems to start with bathrooms and sports. There haven't been instances in bathrooms, and there are anywhere from 0 to 1 students that the athletic stuff affects. but these Republicans are so hate-filled that they thought it was appropriate to spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of the state's money to try and pass these bogus laws, which are going to be thrown out anyway because they're unconstitutional.
The governor, I don't know whether it's a current governor of Utah, but the one-time governor of Utah actually vetoed an anti-LGBTQ bill. He was like, okay, so I looked at how many people this affected. See, there's 100,000 students who participate in sports, and amongst them, this bill affects 3. So I think this is an awful lot of bullshit and hatred to target 3 students.
The most laughable example of that is Texas, who initiated their proposals in the legislature and started fighting about it, and it took so long to make any movement in the bill to lay down on these kids and crush them, that the kid graduated from school before they got around to it. So we wrote it for a problem that left and isn't there now.
And another thing, from what I understand from the science, though I could be mistaken and gotten bad sources, there's one person here who can verify whether or not this is true, particularly trans women, right? The hormones that they put you on block the testosterone, and the libido goes through the floor.
Uh-huh.
So the idea that someone does that in order just to impersonate a woman, just to have sex with men, like a succubus, is completely bullshit. And from what I understand, after about 2 or 3 months on the hormones, the ability to have an erection is almost nothing. So why would you be concerned about someone using the bathroom that they now identify with if the SA is, number one, not going to usually be an issue, because out of all the people who occupy prisons or who love little ones way too much, the LGBTQ community is underrepresented in that group. Am I correct in most of what I said? I may be ignorant of some things, and I do not want to.
I am not informed about current numbers in things like prisons and that sort of stuff. I just can't speak to it. I don't know.
That might take a little bit to look up too. So
yeah, and
Beck
I know that
did
there's
something
a lot of
not too long ago where he showed that out of all the convicted people who loved little ones way too much, the LGBTQ community was not represented in proportion to the population. It was far fewer people who loved little ones way too much. In other words, it was usually just dirty old men taking advantage of little girls.
As I grew up in the 50s and 60s, the impression I definitely learned as a kid, that was never a formal lesson that you received in school, because Americans don't talk about sex and things, was that all child SA comes from homosexual people.
Not all.
Well, no. I know it doesn't. Almost doesn't any. It comes from them. But
usually comes from priests.
In those days, that's the only message that was taught, was that that's why these people are so bad, because they all do this, and it wasn't true. But it's what society used as a label to justify their hate and things. And yes, you're right, Commander. The length of time it takes varies person to person. There's no way to predict how long it takes, but yes, eventually the person is flaccid 100% of the time, and the item even, begins to shrink in many cases over a period of time. So then it really becomes this useful little appendage.
Yeah. Oh, here's that other article I came across on the same site that was. I got that thing, the Politica. Trans patient accused gynecologist transphobia after she discouraged her from taking testosterone and getting uterus removed. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but I did notice a few things that were brought up in here, and I'll go see the her doctor being transphobic for saying testosterone is unnatural for females.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, because females, cisgendered females, actually do produce testosterone, just not as much as men do.
Yeah, it's in the nanograms. But apparently, the other thing I noticed in here was they actually were having a problem with their uterus. Is the reason why they wanted uterine atrophy, where the lining of the vagina was drier and thinner for a lack of estrogen. Dude, that's talking about something else. But anyway, yeah, I looked up the about on this particular thing, and yeah, this is a right wing trash site, by the way.
The Publica.
Yeah, I looked into their little into their about here, and they're about the Publica is the brainchild of Jeremy Hambley and Sydney Watson. If you're not familiar with the guy's his real name, that's the Quartering. And Sydney is another right wing YouTuber. So that's who apparently put this site together.
Yeah, not surprising. It's just so unsettling how such a movement of this, all this hatred has sprouted at all, and then is so completely in error. There's nothing that these people say that is legitimately accurate. Nothing. I've never heard anything truth come out of any of them for any issue or description or anything. That it's 100% bullshit.
And if you're not familiar with the Quartering, I recommend going to Source's channel and looking up his videos on Jeremy in the Quartering.
Okay. I gotta get on Source's channel. I've known about it forever, but I just don't make it part of my rounds. I really should stop doing that. And Source is so smart about stuff.
Doesn't get everything right. There's been things I've disagreed with him on, but he's pretty good overall.
There was a douchebag who had a saying, which is, in most cases, a really good point. My 80% friend is not my 20% enemy. In most cases, that's a good way to do things.
Interesting ditty. I like that.
He was a douchebag, don't get me wrong.
I have to go use the room where my douchebag is hanging. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so what have you been up to, Commander?
Well, I've been working. I checked my I have to work at this job probably a month and a half before moving down to Virginia. I hope I can get a similar job or at least similar pay. I dug myself out of a lot of... I raised my credit score last month by 40 points.
Oh, that's good.
I'm working on a little short video. I don't know whether or not I have it. I know I can entertain people for the time being.
Oh, I was just wondering if you can send me the file where you did.
And I've since learned that when you really look at the evidence, The truth is, it takes more faith to be an atheist than it does to believe in God. You've really got to ignore the facts. It's funny how we equate the word atheism with intellectual, when it's the exact opposite. That's right. Kirk, I have an intellectually stimulating theory. It's my theory of where the soda can may have come from. Billions of years ago, there was a big bang in space. Nobody knows what caused the big bang. It just
Eat the
happened.
banana man.
From this bang issued this huge rock. On top of the rock was found a sweet, brown, bubbly substance. And over millions of years, aluminum crept up the side, formed itself in a can, then a lid, and then a tab. And then millions of years later, red paint, blue paint, white paint fell from the sky and formed itself into the words, 12 fluid ounces. Do not litter. You're saying, what are you doing? You're insulting my intellect. And so I am. Because we know if the can is made, there must be a maker. If it's designed, there must be a designer. To believe the soda can happened by chance is to move into an intellectual free zone. It's to have an echo when you think. It's to have brain liposuction. Hold this, Kirk. Behold the atheist's nightmare. Now, if you study a well-made banana, you'll find on the far side there are 3 ridges. On the close side, 2 ridges. If you get your hand ready to grip a banana, you'll find on the far side there are 3 grooves, on the close side 2 grooves. The banana and the hand are perfectly made one for the other. You'll find the maker of the banana, Almighty God, has made it with a non-slip surface. It has outward indicators of inward contents: green, too early; yellow, just right; black, too late. Now, if you go to the top of the banana, you'll find, as with the soda can makers, they placed a tab at the top. So God has placed a tab at the top. When you pull the tab, the contents don't squirt in your face. You'll find the wrapper, which is biodegradable, has perforations. Notice how gracefully it sits over the human hand. Notice it has a point at the top for ease of entry. It's just the right shape for the human mouth. It's chewy, easy to digest, and it's even curved toward the face to make the whole process so much easier. Seriously, Kirk, the whole of creation testifies to the genius of God's creative hand.
That is for when I'm researching the 7 mountains, but I'm also compiling the similarities between the 7M and Theosophy. Because all the most violent, stupid, corrupt preachers are actually exhibiting and teaching things which are not actually found within the Christian text, but they are found with Theosophists, and that indicates like Russian bullshit.
Well,
and we're Slim and a bunch of others are going to go to Huntington Beach to troll Ray Comfort.
Yeah.
Decided that needed to be done after he basically endorsed Trump.
Well, since you were the one who put this together, this image of Purple here, if you can send me the video files where she's you have her talking, doing her intro.
Oh, I actually sent that to her.
Yeah, if you can send them to me, I can get them set up.
All right. I have to find them. I have hard drive after hard drive after hard drive.
So
but I
pretty
do
hard.
have the file. Yep.
Okay. Just checking.
Oh, no hurry. So I'd bring that up since I had you here.
I also need to do one with a better background.
No, it's the black background's actually you're fine.
Is it true that this month is National Masturbation Month?
I'm
not sure, but I think almost everybody who's hit puberty masturbates at least once a month.
I don't know. I always think that February should be, because you have Fapping February. I mean,
well, if it's
perfect.
not, there should be a month for masturbation, or it's legal that you can do it on a bus or in your taxi, and walking down the street if you're capable. Of course, we need a bunch of chairs sitting around for people to sit on as the moment arises, or just after the moment when their knees buckle.
Well,
I know you're just saying that to be over the top.
Yeah, whole day, whole month dedicated masturbation. You celebrate by masturbating at least once a day, or if you have a partner, they can help you.
But then it's not that. Then it's not masturbation.
Well, it can be a hand job then.
Well, I think I just visualize him sitting in the bleachers, calling out encouraging words. Come on, get that thing up. Come on.
It's probably not a good idea to do such things outside of a nudist colony, which I've never been to.
I'm pretty sure even that's not even considered appropriate for a nudist colony.
Oh, I loved it where basically a ski lift was being built above a nudist colony.
Oh, really? Nothing odd about that.
A ski lift? Wouldn't it be a little cold to be a nudist?
I don't know. Spring skiing, it's sometimes ladies.
Well, not really it was basically a sky lift to the top of a mountain, but I just said ski lift.
Oh, okay.
In the Slavic world, the words ski and sky are basically the same thing.
Oh.
How can that be?
Because it's just the way you pronounce it. Because that's what the word means. Like, I'm not gonna say my mom's maiden name, but I can basically assure you that the last part of the word is ski. But it just means sky in Polish.
I see. There's some of those people, huh?
Baruch atah Adonai Elohim. Yes, those people.
No singing aloud. Stop it. Oh no, what's happening?
There once was a man from Nantucket who carried his dick in a bucket.
There was a young man from Nantucket who was so long you could. Then one day he said with a grin as he put it all in, my head was I could fuck it there, and I didn't say any of the bad words.
Oh, this is awesome. Someone made a water gun from Halo. Basically, they have a laser shining through the water as the water is firing.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, I will have to share it in the DSA general chat. I can also send you the link.
Yeah, let's see the link.
Great Wolf. Mage.
That really is a good idea. I mean, make it a whole bunch more fun.
I mean, it looks awesome.
Vary the LED color, just like in the Star Wars. Some are red, some are blue, some are green.
I'm just looking for Mage. I don't think I ever contacted you over Discord. Let's see who finds the other first.
I'm not really on Discord all that much, so I don't really use it all that often.
Are you online on Discord? Okay, there you are.
There I am. I just opened it up here. Let's see here. I'm not really too familiar with the setup on Discord, so.
I like Discord.
I PM'd.
But I can never, ever, ever find anybody. Like if one of you said, "Oh, here's my."
Oh, there you are, Commander.
On Discord, I couldn't find you to save my soul. I use that little page that has the magnifying glass, to put in the name and.
Mage, you want a link to the DSA?
What's the DSA? I'm already on your thing.
No, I was asking Mage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
DSA?
Yeah. The deep state annex.
Oh, am I already on that?
Nope.
No? Oh, yeah, sure.
I can't figure out the bots, so I have to add rules for everyone manually. So at some point when you get tons of people, I'm going to not be able to remember everyone, but let's see. Send invite. There you go.
Yeah, okay. That, right. Right.
And there's going to be a birthday stream for Mippet on the Slim Cyborgs channel. She may or may not come in because she's busy, but she will be in the chat. It's about the dragons.
Dragoons.
Oh, and by the way, if you take a short where it says shorts in the title and you replace shorts with video, you'll get this, where you can actually play it like a regular video.
This is the world's most advanced water gun. You put it face down into a bucket of water, and once it turns green, it is ready for action.
Oh, wild.
Also change it from semi to automatic.
I
Some
like
of the
it.
power this thing creates is ridiculous.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Who builds that thing?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a. I'll put it in the general chat in the DSA and
Well, that's rad. I really like it.
I actually wanted to use another letter for the end so that people would not because the LSA, the people who run that thing are pieces of shit, and I didn't want to be associated with that. But the other people who helped name it really wanted the annex. It's in the general chat of the DSA, and I'll put it in the Purple's general chat.
Hey, does anybody have Purple's cell phone number? I'm
Want me to text
starting
her?
to. I'm starting to worry.
No. Beck does.
I can text her. I got it. Let's see if I can find Purple. There we are.
I have a bunch of people's phone numbers. Some of whom last time certain people knew that I had it, they were upset. So I'm not going to say that I have whose phone numbers I have.
Do you have my phone number?
Nope.
You can have it if you want. Here, let me tell everybody what it is right now. 41.
My
It's weird.
phone number is 666,666 666. Right? Everyone knows I was just joking.
I of course lived in Milwaukee, but now I've moved to Minnesota, where practically the whole state is the same area code. But back home in Milwaukee, only Milwaukee County is the area code 414. And it's just weird being up here because I kept my phone number when I moved. People ask for your phone number and you give them around here and they go, what? They don't
Well,
understand.
that's the same thing here because I kept the Virginia phone number because I need this phone number to get into the YouTubes.
Oh, really? There's no provision for you to switch it?
Well, I just don't want to get a new phone number. And,
Well, yeah, I agree.
Well, there's no guarantee that Purple will respond. So no, she doesn't always carry her phone around.
Yeah, well, it's good to make the effort. So I'm worried because, Purple's hyper responsible, and it just seems odd that she wouldn't tell us what's going on. Connect some way.
I do have something to show. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but we stumbled upon an idiot, and Glober Mom is going to be making fun of the douchebag that I'm making fun of here.
This individual claims to be an expert in government and geopolitics and has strong opinions on how things ought to be. Everyone has opinions and assholes. Sometimes they combine. Let's hear what this person has to say.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Truck Talk, brought to you by me, inspired by my man, Chili.
Are you referring to Chili de Castro, the self-proclaimed constitutional law scholar who frequently gets himself arrested and vehemently criticizes the authorities for simply doing their jobs?
I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can't take away my phone down. I'm now. You're being detained. You're putting hands on me. No, come over here. Why are you grabbing me? Come over here.
I can see where
I won't play it for too long.
Oh, you can go ahead and go a little more as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
I always like to see these dicks getting busted.
This individual claims to be an expert in government and geopolitics and has strong opinions on how things ought to be. Everyone has opinions and assholes. Sometimes they combine. Let's hear what this person has to say.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Truck Talk, brought to you by me, inspired by my man, Chili.
Are you referring to Chili de Castro, the self-proclaimed constitutional law scholar who frequently gets himself arrested and vehemently criticizes the authorities for simply doing their jobs?
I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can't take away my phone down. I'm now. You're being detained. You're putting hands on me. No, come over here. Why are you grabbing me? Come over here.
I can see where this is heading. It's going to be
That's
foolish.
really good AI voice.
Let's just continue.
Yeah.
I'm going to break something down for you real quick and hopefully just make you think a little bit, all right? Because it's good if we all think more about what's happening here in the United States of America.
Agreed. It's good to think about events occurring in one's country. However, I have a feeling that what you're about to say may not have been fully thought out. Let's proceed.
Did you know that as of right now, the United States has sent $75 billion to Ukraine? Now, I don't know if I'm the only one, but does that not seem laughable to you?
Yeah, we should be sending a fuck-ton more aid and heavy weapons. We must destroy Vladimir Putin and the Red Army before the war gets any bigger.
Where are the results from that? Where is the return on our investment?
What do we gain from all this? We get to contain one of our significant geopolitical adversaries because Putin will not stop at Ukraine. If Putin isn't stopped, and if he invades a NATO member country, it could escalate to World War III. Preventing Russia's advance now means Americans won't have to be deployed to fight and potentially die in Europe.
$75 billion. Let me break that down for you real quick. There are 16 million veterans in the United States. Individuals who gave a portion of their life in service to their country. 16 million of them. Do you understand that with what we have just sent to Ukraine alone, our government could have cut every veteran that is alive in the United States of America a check for about $4,600.
Indeed, we must provide better care for our veterans. But please consider that for a fraction of the United States defense budget, we have the potential to weaken one of our main geopolitical adversaries for years to come. This action has saved hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Ukrainian lives. And continuing these efforts may help prevent World War III.
Are any of you guys veterans? Could you have used that? Yeah, we could all use an extra $4,600. That would be nice. The House has just approved a new aid package that's going to provide another $60 billion to Ukraine. How do you feel about this?
Excellent, and it's about damn time. It's because of cunts like you it took so many months for the Republican Party to agree on measures to stop the Red Army.
Business owners, how did you feel just a few weeks ago when you went and stroked your check to the federal government and you paid 40 cents on the dollar to your government for every dollar that you made? How do you feel when you go out and you pay your sales tax and your gas tax and your registration tax and your freaking land tax and your property tax and your vehicle tax and freaking taxes I don't even know about?
We all pay taxes for roads, bridges, the military, schools, fire departments, and everything that keeps society functioning. Additionally, aiding Ukraine in its fight against the Red Army to prevent the war from spreading is considered a legitimate expense.
Where's this money going, man? Is this not freaking laughable to you?
I'm done with this nutcase.
To send $75 billion and then approve an aid package to send another 60
footage then.
Interesting thing about the guys.
2023. When I was there, your tax dollars were at work. You see these lights? They are on thanks to the efforts of companies like Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. The lights and power are on because of the Patriot missile system that the United States sent to Ukraine.
Well, one thing interesting I find, and with the guy was talking about getting checks to veterans, I'm pretty sure he'd probably also be the sort of person who point to the stimulus checks as the cause of all the inflation we're dealing with. I think that's a bad thing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, a lot of them types seem to want it both ways.
Which it wasn't, by the way.
It's like Texas in their threats. We're going to secede, which they seem to do about every 6 months. But now that there's been some tragic flooding, well, can we have some federal aid? Can we please?
You know what? Texas should secede. Because if Texas secedes, the Democrats will control the House forever. The Republicans will lose, on average, 1 to 2 Senate seats. And the Democrats could lose the popular vote and win the presidency. Because that's what losing Texas would do.
I think we should give Florida to Ron DeSantis and let it be his own kingdom.
Hey.
Sorry, Nate. You know you want to have a king, don't you?
No.
You know something interesting, right? So they do want a king. It was August 21st, 2019. Donald Trump had his King of Israel tweet where he tweeted quotes from Wayne Allen Root comparing him to the King of Israel and the second coming of God. The Haftarah for that week was all of Isaiah 40. I know most people who are listening to this right now on panel and in the audience are atheists, but read Isaiah 40 and you'll find all the shit that was coming out of Trump's mouth was addressed by it. The next week, the Haftarah was Samuel was upset because the people wanted a king. I just found that interesting. But yeah, these douchebags do want a king because they don't want to live down Donald Trump's evil. Because after Donald Trump goes away, they have a lot to answer for with the culture.
What bothers me most about it is that there's all these MAGA people who are, just glibly saying to reporters and stuff that, oh yeah, we should have a dictator. Yeah, it's about time. And it's like, well, you people don't even know the difference between socialism, capitalism, and communism. And you're going to be making the political decisions for our economy and our political structures? No. Shut the fuck up. You're too stupid to do this.
No, they are too stupid or too evil. Take Marjorie, Moscow Marge, for instance. She stands on stage with Nick Fuentes as Fuentes praises Vladimir Putin and Hitler. And then 10 months later, with the polls showing the Democrats have a chance of keeping the House and gaining ground in the Senate, and she takes her 10 months to say, well, he's a hate-filled and very evil young man. So either she's too stupid to have power because, right, it took her 10 months from listening to someone praise Putin and Hitler to realize that he's evil, or she's either too stupid or she already knew and she didn't give a fuck until it would cost her politically, which means she's too evil. But of course, I think it's a combination of the two. Yeah, she is incredibly dumb. I'm gonna send Mage a picture. It's a little meme.
I heard a little blurb this morning that people are saying that Marge is standing a very, very good chance of being defeated in her district. That they're sick of her too.
Oh,
I just sent Mage a meme of Moscow Marge. I actually saw those little piggy action figures in the stores in Ukraine. They were actually, but these were pigs. But someone just took one of those and they put her face over the piggy ears.
Well, that sounds good. Mage, you can go after all those pics that I sent you too. Aw, she's so cute.
They were selling those in the stores in Ukraine. But they were just pigs. But they'll probably now sell ones of Moscow Marge.
I just noticed the ears. Yes, sirree. God, she's such a distasteful woman. All right, well, coming up shortly, folks. My memes of the week. We'll share a few of them with you. Nothing fantastically, revolutionary here or nothing, but there should be some things that make you giggle, and maybe not.
I hope Perps is okay.
this all set up here.
Of course, she also could just be asleep.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And yeah, that's a good one too. Okay, I think I got all of them now. All right, what are we looking at here?
Well, this first one here is a photograph that confuses and angers flurfers badly, because they want to know why are those stars in front of the moon.
Isn't that a satellite?
No, that's the ISS. That's the football field up in the sky.
Well,
The
technically,
ISS
it is a satellite.
Well, yeah, of course. So is a nut and bolt if you throw it out. If you don't know, the ISS is about the size of a football field. It's very big. And
It's
just
the third or fourth
crazy.
brightest object in the sky.
And
Night sky.
this is an actual NASA photograph. They did this themselves or possess it. I don't know if they actually did it. But the reason that they published the picture was because of the conjunction with Mars in the picture, which I wish it didn't have a little red circle around it, but such is life.
All right, let's move on to the next one here.
Oh, Christy Nome. Yeah, this is sad news. Christy Nome euthanized his son after a disappointing basketball season. She's that kind of mom. I don't know where I got this. It feels like The Onion, of course, but I don't know.
She's a mean-spirited, ugly bitch.
Yes, she is. And she's very anti-trans. Now, why do I have this? Well, because like with every presidential election, people keep saying, "Oh, we got to vote for Jill Stein, the Green Party." All right, let's look at who she's having dinner with here.
They just said, hold on, I know the story. They just set her down with these people. It's not what they were basically assigned seating kind of thing. So it's not like she chose to be with these people. Just because. So I'm gonna call bullshit on this one.
I'm not, because
but
she didn't
still,
have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on this one. You want to keep me pulling this bullshit now? I'm not going with that one. We're moving on.
Still, don't vote anything but Biden this time round, or you'll screw us all.
We're kind of screwed anyway then.
And this I just came across today.
At least we'll all be alive. Being alive is good, isn't it?
Yeah, delayed.
All right, we can move on from this one. That was just a quickie. This is very, very well done Photoshop work.
I keep saying that Trump.
Those who, I'm sorry.
I keep saying that Trump should grow a mustache.
And for those who don't know, the slogan "America First" was what Charles Lindbergh was spewing when he wanted to make friends with Hitler. And Donald Trump spews it. He also doesn't understand peace through strength because he wants to withdraw from NATO, but that's what Goldwater was talking about when he said peace through strength was NATO. So he's just regurgitating slogans. Some slogans he understands, like America First is really help Putler, and he doesn't understand peace through strength because he's vacillation through weakness and whining.
America First was the Ku Klux Klan's political statement back in the 20s, or teens and 20s, I should say.
So it's not surprising that a Nazi sympathizer would use it.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. There's photographs of the KKK marching, holding banners that say that. But Trump used it because it's used that way, I'm sure. We can move on.
All right.
Just more harassment of flirters. They have no concept of scale. They have no concept of the actions of various lens types in photography. They just don't get it in any way, shape, or form. And so they're questioning the validity of these two photographs because they are so different. How can you possibly have that? How can it possibly be that the Earth looks like that when look at the other one, how small it is? You know, shut up, people, just shut up.
And by the way, all those rumors on the internet are fake. I'm not flat.
Oh, this is good. This is so good.
Okay, this made it to the internet once before, years ago. This I've actually seen this because I have met this guy. He's from Milwaukee. This is in a southeast suburb of Milwaukee called Bayview. And when you're coming in from the north landing pattern to Mitchell Field, you're only a few hundred feet above the ground when you get past this guy's sign. That's, of course, you can see says, "Welcome to Cleveland." And first time I saw it, I instantly broke out laughing. But there were people who weren't from Milwaukee on that plane too, and a couple of them started to panic. What the hell? What? That's not where we're supposed to be going, dude. It's fake. It's designed to make you feel that way. But every number of years, the guy goes out and repaints the words, and maintains it. It's I think it's an incredible piece of humor.
There's some world-class trolling right there.
Yeah. And he's had this thing for probably 30, 40 years now. It's not a new thing.
Oh, and yes, this is a real bird.
Yes, that's the gay pigeon that has been bred, especially bred for the American market.
No.
I understand the meat is very sweet.
No, that is not a genetically engineered bird. That is a real bird. It really does look that way, interestingly enough.
Oh, really? This isn't Photoshop?
That's not photoshopped.
Oh, no shit. Oh, well, then we should bring those to America and populate the country with them. They're beautiful. I didn't know that was real. I mean, there's that one squirrel that has all the wild colors on it that's like 2 feet long or something like this. Out of Southeast Asia somewhere, I believe. Well, that's neat. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It always bothers me as a bird fan why all the cool, beautifully colored birds are not in the north. They just don't come up here. Okay, we got 1 minute left. Let's see if we can get through the rest of the pictures. Oh, this I just clipped out just for Bree. And a mantis eating a person's head, which is what mantises do to their mates. That's a t-shirt, by the way.
That's a t-shirt?
Yeah.
I could see Bree wearing that.
I'd like to make a sticker and put it on my car.
Yeah, make a good sticker. What do we have here? Any timing, anywhere, any place, because when you're wearing the pens, no one knows. Well, apparently everyone knows with him.
No, there's nothing to say about it. Move on.
Well, that was the last one. So.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yep. Well, if you want to wrap things up, we can do that.
Yeah, I think everybody in the chat left. So I guess we might.
I'm still there.
No, you're on the show now. How come you guys are getting spinning things on your picture?
I think that's your side.
Because your side is not doing what it should.
But I see me just fine.
Yeah, your side's doing what it's not supposed to do.
Oh, fine. Blame it on me.
I will.
It's not really you. It's your internet service provider.
The phone company?
Yeah, those dumb cunts. They're not doing their jobs right, and it's affecting the quality of your internet experience.
I'm so upset.
So, what you got, Commander?
Well, we're probably going to have a DSA on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We got in a half-hour Mipet's birthday stream on Slim Cyborg. And we have the finished video of that eagle explaining why that Chili DeCastro fan is an idiot. But if you're a fan of Chili DeCastro, I think you're an idiot by default if you stay too long. And then I'm going to be working on that eagle, making fun and mocking actual comments left by Russian trolls, which were provided to me by Ali, Operator Starsky's moderator. And if finances are right, there's going to be 2 trips in July. And if they are right, one I can't really discuss because I don't want people scuttling it.
All right.
And the other is to go and troll Ray Comfort. I want to confront him with his own words from like 10 years ago. And basically, I decided that I was going to go and confront him after he produced a video endorsing that Nazi Donald Trump. And I am going to play on the fact that I have a Jewish family history and basically call Ray Comfort if he continues a compo, which is basically what you would call a collaborator.
Oh, well, that sounds good. Ray could use
He's
some
a
cocaine
piece
as
of
well.
dishonest shit.
Yeah, he is.
And he
Yes, he
knows
is.
better. Especially with Trump, he knows better. He produced a video with Pat Robertson's son back in 2013, basically explaining what Hitler did with the churches. And so he knows exactly what's being done. And he's complicit in it. And that's what I want to go there to basically call him out. And I'm going to bring a tablet so that I can show him his own words.
Bring a separate person to be your camera operator,
I will.
so they can have
Slim
a
is
good steady
coming.
shot and make it good.
Because this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. The man knows better. He's either afraid that if he calls it out, all the idiots who give him money are going to stop giving him money. So we know if you're basically going to just chicken out and not do the right thing because you're afraid your ministry is going to be destroyed, well, fuck, you don't actually believe in what you preach. You're just a grifter.
Give me some good still pictures of Ray. I'd like to Photoshop him into being a slimy back alley grifter.
Well, yeah, that's what I think he is. And when I worked at Huntington Ingalls, I had the white conservative men with gray hair yelling at me. I reminded them of their parents. I was weird and they hated me. I grew up in South Florida, and particularly Broward County, where the county. I'm Jewish, but the county was composed of 2/3 white evangelical Christians who went to church more than twice a week, and the county voted for John Kerry 74%. So it was a unique county. So I know really how to mind fuck the conservatives.
I met John Kerry and his wife Teresa Hines Kerry.
I did too.
I have a beautiful photograph of those two. That they married older in their lives, and they are so in love with each other. It's just incredible, and it shows so clearly that they are, and that there's just no artificiality to it, because they're in politics or anything. They genuinely love each other. And I got a picture of them in an embrace at a political rally, and it was just such a good photograph. I really like it, but I don't have it right now because it's stuck in my dead computer, which I got to replace one of these days if I can ever earn enough money, which I probably can't now anyways because the Social Security cut $200 a month off of my check.
Oh, lovely.
Fuck.
Yeah. Can you explain that to me? They can't. Fuckers.
Got anything you want, Michelle?
No, just the usual Bex. I'll be on Bex next afternoon at 5 Central, and then this again a week from now. And I'm thinking maybe if I sweet talk Commander real nicely and provide some lips, to be put to good use, that maybe I'll get on their show someday.
The links are always available in the safe zone in the general chat. They're always posted there before the shows. I wasn't neglecting anyone, and I've realized that I'm gonna have to send the links out to everyone individually because M2M wanted on, and I'm like, the links in the chat of the private area, and I basically had to give him a link. So I'm going to have to send links individually to everyone. But no, I haven't been refusing you a link. You're welcome all the time.
Are you talking about on Discord?
Yeah, in the Discord. I gave you the clearance mage too. So
all right, thanks.
It's if you go to the DSA safe zone, it's going to be in the general chat. It always is.
DSA landing area, DSA safe zone. Here we are. General chat.
That's where the link always is.
Okay.
And you're welcome to, Mage.
All right.
I'm going to have to send the links individually because I don't think a lot of people realize that ever since M2M needed me to send the link, and I just think I'm going to have to do that.
Well, I should have a garden tour coming. Molly, come down. She's barking about something. I should have a garden tour coming up at some point here. Molly, come on, really?
It's okay. We're all dog lovers.
Well, at least I got something in common with Arn Ra here. And
Everyone loves a puppy.
yes. And come here, Molly. Oh well.
Molly, come here.
All right.
Oh, and
So-
Jenny, send me a picture of the avatar, because eventually I'm making 3D avatars for everyone. I'm going to take the conversations from the shows and actually animate them in like this 1960s retro future style meeting room,
Oh,
because
you mean
it's the
like
deep state.
my regular avatar that I'm using here now?
Or whatever you want me to use, and
Okay.
then I will make a stylized version of it.
All right, I will do that. I won't send this one because it's my glam shot. It's not honestly representing me.
Do we ever honestly present ourselves online?
I try to. I don't try to pretend I'm something different. I suck. I know I suck. What the fuck? Who cares?
Well, not sure what else I have going on at the moment. And I still got a bunch of long-term projects I'm working on, so expect something that I may try and put something together for this new channel I'm working on for like kind of more of a pop culture kind of thing. I think I might put together kind of a review on this Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Since it's come out digitally, I can actually put something together with that. We'll see how things go.
Yes, Dornod, but I don't think you could afford me. I'm up to about 7,000 for an hour.
I think that's about it, right?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, we'll end this then. See everybody later.
Purple, you are bad.
I hope you